Hey guys, Taylor here and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. If you've already been here, thanks for coming back. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you guys my favorite bronzers for dark skin. I did film this video like months ago, but since then I tried new bronzers and I think you need them. And also the audio in that video was too loud. The music in the background was a little bit too loud. So yeah, I've been getting a lot of questions about my bronzers. So I was like, you know what? It's time to give you a updated bronzer favorites. So if you are interested or if you are just looking for a good bronzer, then look no further. I have high-end and affordable bronzers. So if you're interested, then please keep on watching. Before we start the video, please make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Please turn your post notifications on so you get notified every time your girl uploads a video, and follow me on Instagram. And with that being said, let's jump right into the video. All right, you guys, so let me start with one of my favorite bronzers from 2020. This is the Revolution Glow Bronzer. It comes in 6 shades. It is £9, so it's about $12 US. And let me tell you, the shade range of this bronzer is just amazing. I use the shade medium. This is the second shade in the range. I am wearing this bronzer today, so if you want to see how it performs, I did a whole review on this bronzer, but I have it on my face today so you can see how bronzed I am. This is what it looks like. The shade is beautiful. As I said, this is the shade medium, so you have 4 more shades after this shade right here. Never seen before, like 4 more shades. The formula of this bronzer is absolutely amazing. Let me do a quick swatch for you guys. This is what it looks like. Let me swatch it on the back of my hand. So this is what this one looks like. It is really pigmented, but it blends really well into the skin, and I just love this bronzer. The price point, you absolutely cannot beat it. $12 for a bronzer, and you get a ton of product in it. Like, it will last you a really long time. Like, just look at my skin right now if you want to decide on this bronzer. Like, it is everything, and you have 4 more shades to choose from. So if you are darker than me, don't worry. I have this in another shade, by the way. I have it in the shade Deep, and it is so deep that it is a contour on me. This is what Deep looks like. Let me do a quick swatch. So that is the shade Deep and the shade Medium. Gorgeous. By the way, the shade Deep is the second to last shade in this collection, and you guys, if you're darker than me, you will definitely love this bronzer. If you're my skin tone and you're looking for a really good bronzer, I highly recommend this one. All right, you guys, so the next one that I have is the Covergirl Full Spectrum Bronzer. If you don't own this bronzer, if you've never tried this bronzer before, then oh my god, you've never tried bronzer. This is the same Queen Collection bronzer. It's just a remake, the same formula, but I guess they changed the name. I'm not sure why, but it performs the same way as the Queen Collection bronzer. So if you love the Queen Collection and you cannot find it, you will definitely love this right here. As I said, it's the exact same thing, and this is what started it for dark skin girls. Like, I feel like every dark skin girl that loves bronzer tried this bronzer before. So yeah, if you were worried about the full spectrum, highly recommend it. Let me give you guys a quick swatch. One thing though, it's not as smooth in terms of the formula like the Revolution bronzer, but it blends really well on the skin nonetheless. And this is what this one looks like. The Revolution bronzer is a little bit deeper than this one, but it still shows up on the skin really nicely. All right, so the next one that I have, I'm super impressed with this bronzer. This is the Morphe Glamazon bronzer. This is an extension to their old Glamazon bronzer, which is why the package is different. I have it in the shade Leader, and let me tell you, honey, if you want to look bronzed, use this bronzer. Like, this is the perfect summertime bronzer. Like, you want your bronzer to have that nice red undertone, and let me tell you, she is not short of that red undertone. Like, it blends really well into the skin. With this bronzer, it will last you forever because it is so pigmented. A little bit goes a long way with this bronzer. Let me show you guys what this looks like swatched. Pigment. That is pigment. The formula of this bronzer, Morphe honestly did it for me with this one. I'm absolutely in love with this bronzer. Like, when I'm applying this bronzer, I tap in, tap out before I apply it to my face because it is so pigmented. So if you're a heavy-handed girl, you gotta take your time with this one, but it is a really good bronzer, and I feel like the shade range is pretty good. You will definitely find something that will work for you, and once again, Morphe is not really expensive, so you will definitely love this one right here. You guys, we cannot talk about bronzers without talking about the Fenty Beauty Sun Stalk'r bronzers. I have it in the shade Mocha Mami and the shade Coco Naughty. The formula of this bronzer is amazing. This is like the Covergirl bronzer, not in terms of formula, but like, if you don't own this bronzer, like, what are you doing? Why hesitate? I don't think I've met anybody or watched a review that has anything bad to say about this bronzer, other than the fact that we do need more shades. But the formula of this bronzer is absolutely amazing. I have two shades because, like, during the winter I'll use Coco Naughty, and then during the summer I'll use Mocha Mami, but sometimes, like, mixing both gives me that perfect bronzed face, that really sun-kissed bronze kind of look. So sometimes I mix both of these. Well, most of the times I mix both of these because I just love mixing it, but during the winter time I find myself going more towards Coco Naughty and Mocha Mami for the summer. I'm going to swatch and you'll see what I'm talking about with the shade range. Like, there's just a big jump in the shade, and we just feel like we need more shades because Mocha Mami, I don't want to lie, but I think Mocha Mami is the darkest shade from this line. So what about the rest of the girls? You know what I mean? All right, y'all, so I don't even have to swatch it for you to see the difference, like, in the shade jump. This is Coco Naughty, this is Mocha Mami. Like, come on. I went and I checked Sephora. This is the darkest shade from this line, so we definitely can do with a couple more shades after this, and we definitely need a shade in between both of these, and then that will be like my perfect bronzer shade from Fenty. But this is what these swatches look like. So the one at the top, which is this one, is Mocha Mami, and the one below is Coco Naughty. So yeah, if you're looking for a good bronzer and you are lighter than me or around my shade range, then you'll definitely love the Fenty Beauty Sun Stalk'r bronzers. Hopefully 2021 is the year for the bronzer extension. By the way, speaking of bronzers, Colored Rain is coming out with bronzers, and I'm so excited. I'm still trying to get my hand on the Mented bronzers, by the way, but Mented doesn't ship to Canada as yet, so fingers crossed, hopefully this year is the year. But yeah, until then, this is what I got. The next one that I have is from Charlotte Tilbury. This one is my most expensive bronzer, but it's worth every penny. I love this bronzer so much. The formula is just absolutely amazing. The shade, this is a shade extension as well that happened in 2020. I love this so much. This is in the shade Deep number 4. It blends like a dream. It is so pigmented, but you guys, this is the darkest shade for this bronzer. We need an extension of the extension because this bronzer is too good for the girls not to own this one. Like, the formula is so good. It's expensive, but trust me, it is worth it. It is worth it. It's worth every penny, and I don't regret buying this bronzer. I use it a lot. If you watch my videos, I use this bronzer a lot because just look at it. Let me do a quick swatch for you guys. All right, you guys, so this is what this one looks like. That shade is absolutely gorgeous, but if I'm being 100% honest, you guys, we don't need to spend more than $30 on a bronzer in this day and age. Like, those days are gone. We don't need to be hunting for bronzers anymore. But if you have the money and you're willing to splurge and you just want to try something from Charlotte Tilbury that is going to be worth your money, then this bronzer is definitely a must-have. But as I said, if you don't have the money, you can definitely find a fire bronzer for $12, like that one from Makeup Revolution or that Morphe bronzer. So don't even worry about spending the coins, but I just need to let y'all know that this is a really good bronzer. All right, you guys, so the final bronzer that I have is one of my favorite bronzers. It is my first high-end bronzer, and this is the AB8 bronzer in the shade Mahogany. I love this bronzer so much. The formula is absolutely amazing. But you guys, if I'm being 100% honest, like, I've been waiting so long for the shade extension on this bronzer. At this point, it's not coming because this is the darkest shade in this bronzer. So it's kind of hard to tell you guys, go pick this bronzer up when this is the darkest shade. But it is a pretty good bronzer. If you are my skin tone or lighter and you're looking for a good bronzer, I highly recommend this one right here. This is what it looks like swatched. So it is beautiful. You can find this in TJ Maxx, you guys. If you go to your local TJ Maxx or Marshalls, you'll definitely find this bronzer for like 50% off or more. So I highly recommend you check your TJ Maxx to see if you can find this bronzer, because as I said, the formula is really good. And it's one of those, like, before we had Fenty, come on girls, we used to love this bronzer. So I highly recommend it. I highly recommend this bronzer. All right, you guys, so that is it for my favorite bronzers. Let me know in the comment section some of your favorite bronzers, because we love bronzers over here, if you cannot tell by now. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. I hope you found a bronzer somewhere in this video. Once again, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.